When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a marching band. He said, son, when you grow up, would you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned?
Hello, I'm Danny Martinez, creator of Toy Time Studios, DMS, which stands for Direct Multimedia Studios, and Comic Book Collector Guide, which is a page on Facebook. It's March 17th, 2021, St. Patrick's Day. I'm going to work later, which explains my celebratory attire. If you've been watching Toy Time Studios since its inception in September 2020, you may have noticed a halt in production of new videos since about mid-December. Episode 29th was posted December 12th, 2020, to be exact. I was half done with episode 30 at this point. I don't normally get too personal on these Toy Time Studio videos because these videos and channel were started with the intent to have fun, sharing one of my hobbies and passions with the masses, while simultaneously serving as a creative outlet. However, it would be negligent on my part not to address the time-lapse in videos to the Toy Time Studios viewers, subscribers that don't know me personally away from the channel. As stated before, December 12th, 2020, episode 29 was posted. Episode 30, which was a double-sized episode, was already half in the can, already done and filmed. On December 4th, 2020, my father tested positive for COVID. He remained home in self-quarantine with either no to little or mild symptoms at the time. December 9th, 2020, he checked himself into the hospital nearby his home in Hickory, North Carolina. On December 15th, things were progressively getting worse to the point that he was intubated for complications. December 29th, the tube came out and he died shortly thereafter. He had no preconditions. It took only a month. This is in no way a political leaning viewpoint video. I can't stand politics or politicians. None of that matters. My dad died of COVID, not other conditions, as many tend to speculate due to their own beliefs. He was a non-smoker, didn't drink much, maybe a cup of wine once in a while with a meal, maybe a beer here and there, not much of a drinker at all. Probably could have exercised a little more, as we all probably could, and probably could have watched what he ate a little, but that's another thing we probably all could do. However, that's neither here nor there. It doesn't matter now. If not for COVID, he would have been here with us much longer, in my opinion. He fought valiantly and lost after suffering greatly. We expected and hoped that he would get through this relatively easy so that we could all resume life as we knew it together, and more importantly, with more time. Once the tube was out, nature took its course. He went quickly as his body could take no more. No matter what you believe, the point is that don't take it for granted, even if you're healthy. Don't be scared, but understand you don't have to be unhealthy for it to be fatal for yourself or someone else. Be grateful of everyone you have in life, and be grateful of all that we have in this life. The days, weeks, and months have begun to stretch on without delay. I found myself having some difficulty at times with focusing enough to do new videos and get past the wall creatively. just trying to catch up with everything besides trying to maintain routines and schedules these past 12 months was already stressful enough and difficult enough, as was for most of us on many differing levels. So, everyone who reached out, helped out, called, texted, comforted, thank you sincerely. Thank you to all the family members, all of the friends, and everyone who knew Dad and helped out, for the love and the support, for everyone donating to his GoFundMe to help with arrangements, and for patiently waiting while things out of our control shuffle out, so that a memorial service in the future, when less restricted, can be safely arranged.
How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good time that made us laugh, I'll wave them back. I thought we get to see forever, but forever is gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead. All I know is where we've been and what we've been through. If we get to see tomorrow, I hope it's worth all the wait. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take it with me, the memories to bring my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory to bring my sunshine after the rain. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be. There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know. She wouldn't say. I said something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Why she had to go, I don't something wrong. Now I long for yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you're only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. On your life, you're only waiting for this moment to rise. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Now blackbird singing in the dead of night. Won't you take these sunken eyes and learn to see? On your life, you're only waiting for this moment to be free. You're only waiting for this moment to be free. You're only waiting for this moment to be free. Did you know my name? If I saw you in heaven, would it be the same? If I saw you in heaven, I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Would you hold my hand? saw you in heaven. I must be strong and carry on, 'cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. 'Cause I know I don't belong here in heaven. Thank you.
Luis Martinez, my father, was born January 8th, 1958, and passed away December 29th, 2020. He was predeceased by his father, my grandfather, Juan Martinez, who was a great loving man, a veteran, and also loved his property, taking care of his garden, his plants, his trees, and the animals in his little farm. His wife, my grandmother, Maria Mendez Martinez, recently passed away March 7th, 2021, after my father. So hopefully she will be reunited with Grandpa, and my dad is the one that got to show her the way. He is survived by myself, Daniel Martinez. He is also survived by his middle son, Fernando, and youngest son, Sean. He's also survived by his siblings, Sonia, Eddie, and Tato. He was born and raised in Paterson, New Jersey. Spent most of his youth there. As an adult, lived in Haledon, New Jersey, Dover, New Jersey, Newton, New Jersey, Palm Bay, Florida, towards the later years, and towards the end in Hickory, North Carolina, where he had a fresh start, a beautiful new home where he was looking forward to spending many years and fixing up what would have been quite a fixer-upper, but would have been well worth the work. He had his hammock in the back and a nice, decent-sized property where you could grill, have a fire pit, and he had his flagstaff in the front where he could proudly raise his American flag, which he was intensely proud to be an American. As is known, his father was a veteran, his brother was a lifelong military man, so his pride ran deep. So it had everything he wanted and needed. He also was quite the worker. He had many jobs, many careers. At different points, he worked for Petrie in Secaucus, worked with a lot of computers, very smart. He worked with Harris for over a decade. He also worked for NASA at some point for quite a while. In his younger years, as said before, he was raised in Paterson, surrounded by many cousins, many family friends, much family, many youths. Turned out he was a youth leader. He was a man of faith, so for him to be preaching at a young age kind of made sense. He also was quite a goofball, from what I'm told. Many funny stories about him just doing funny things.
West Coast Kid, Holiday Road. Don't wait up the holiday road. Holiday
He was a great father. Uh, I had a happy childhood with him and my mother together. Uh, I always had great birthdays, great Christmases. It was filled with lots of love, lots of laughs. Uh, Again, people told me he was a goofball when he was younger. I can kind of see he was a goofball because he was a movie buff, and I watched tons of movies with him, whether at home on Channel 11, on the weekends, or we went to the movie theater, or he bought a VHS or beta at the time. We always watched movies, and he loved some of the goofiest stuff. The goofiest parts, he loved it. For perfect example, I think everyone can relate to this. He loved the vacation movies with the originals, Chevy Chase, of course. Now, do you know what his favorite part of all those movies were?
Cousin Eddie.
That's right. My dad loved
Cousin Eddie.
and lost his mind every time
Cousin Eddie.
he did anything. So I can attest to him being a goofball. We watched so many movies as a youngster, I was a youngster. Many, many memories from police academies to the 80s classic movies, tons of 70s stand-up shows. He definitely had an influence on me with the movies. That was an obvious one. Over the past few months, I learned quite a bit more of ways he influenced me, which I hadn't realized. So, for instance, I always did. I always loved movies. I loved comic books. Turns out, he was the first one to get me a comic book. It was a subscription to Marvel. It was about 1986 or 87, and I had about 6 comic books come in for a few months. He had me on G.I. Joe, ElfQuest, Transformers, Iron Man, Marvel Tales featuring Spider-Man, which was reprints, but the covers were new because they were using, that was during the Todd McFarlane run. So it's astounding, the details of what I remember now. He also nurtured a little bit some of my drawing. He got me obsessed and infatuated with Superman at a young age. I watched Superman endlessly, even from a baby, as you can see in some of these pictures, or a young kid. I loved Superman. I always loved Superman. I used to watch the Incredible Hulk show with Bill Bixby back in the day, but I would get deathly afraid when his eyes would turn green and he was about to Hulk out. I would run out the room. Another thing is collecting cards. He was the first one to get me a starter set, basically, at Toys R Us as like a 4-year-old, and with tons of baseball cards, tops, all types of, with albums and pages. He started me on cards. I still have some of them. He also got me started on toys. Now, this is partially connected to Christmases and birthdays. I never had a bad Christmas or birthday. Looking back, seeing some of the toys that I would get, he definitely made sure I got the coolest toys out at the moment. I can't believe how many of these I had. Some of these that you'll see in these pictures are worth tons of money now, and I mean highly collectible. And I had them in mint condition, as you can see. It was pretty cool. I mean, from He-Man to Transformers to G.I. Joe. I mean, I always had the coolest stuff. I still remember some of these this one Christmas in particular with the G.I. Joe space shuttle. I'll never forget opening that thing. That box was huger than me. I was over the moon. It took me forever to put the stickers on and put it together, but he loved doing that stuff with me. He loved taking me to Toys R Us in Totowa on 46 back in the day. We used to go there, and we would just go around. He loved taking me to Toys R Us. I loved it. I looked so forward to it. He got me started on video games back then and would play with me. Duck Hunt, track and field with the power pad. Remember that? He loved doing that stuff. Birthdays, looking back, I realized I had great parties. He got me a Batman a Batman impersonator for one, a magician for another. He got us a pool in the back. He built a pool, and he always had people over to enjoy it, family members. We had, in Patterson, Puerto Rican, we had tons of cousins and lots of family members. So we always had people over to enjoy it, and that's what he did. He shared it. He shared it with everyone. Everyone could enjoy it, and he always had parties. I hated my birthday during the summer because it was July 2nd, which is before July 4th. Most people went away, and school ended in end of June. So I always had none of my school friends at Christmas parties. At birthday parties, because they all lived far away. He got the pool one of those summers for that reason. And I had all my school friends there, besides my family friends and Patterson friends. I had a great childhood. He was partially responsible for it, my mother also, but he did a good job. I also remember my obsession with bread. He used to take me to Janella's in Patterson, New Jersey, a bakery deli that had been there for many, many years before even he was born. And we used to get French bread and pastrami and cheese, and it was a Sunday ritual. I loved going to Janella's, and I would get the red licorice in the plastic packaging, and I would eat that all day. There's definitely some more pictures we'll find eventually. However, just wanted to share some of these thoughts, some of these memories. There's definitely going to be more pictures coming soon and more memories. I'll definitely put them up somewhere. But he's the reason this channel started. Toys are huge in my life, and I didn't realize it, but he definitely planted those seeds. He planted the Star Wars seed in me a long time ago, and I kind of lost it and came back to it, it turns out. So, since it was because of him, and there's a lot of messages in Star Wars, I've embraced it fully, and I'll show you in the future what this whole section is all about. It's a tribute to him, but it'll be Star Wars themed. I'll show you the making of it and everything in a future episode. However, thanks for watching. Enjoy the montage. I don't own the rights to these songs, but these songs mean a lot, and I'm not making money off this video. This is just to share, and that'll be it. I just want to say, Dad, I love you. I miss you, and I'll try to do right by you. And thank you for the inspirations. I'll always love you, and I'll always miss you, as we all do. And I'll take care of my brothers. And thanks again for everything.
It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again.